kinds of great connections here. Finding out we have a bunch of old friends in common over drones. How crazy is this? This is Wendy Flybutter and Luke Davis. And somebody with the last name of Flybutter has to bring out a drone.
I just have friends with drones.
And this is really cool. So, Luke, you're with Flycam Motion Pictures, and you guys use these things in, I guess, motion pictures?
Television, commercials, mostly feature films at the moment.
That's amazing.
Keeps us very busy.
What have you worked on that we might know?
We just wrapped War on Everyone. Well, actually, we're actually doing pickup shots for War on Everyone. That was a pretty big feature here in Albuquerque. There's dozens. We just got called by the city film office yesterday to do 2 more. They said, hey, you know, we got 2 more things for you.
Are these like city commercials?
No. SON learners with the film office, right?
Oh, so
every
she's
film that
saying
comes
that
to
there
town,
are scouts looking for people.
And she's a tremendous asset for the city.
Absolutely.
I mean, keeps everybody working.
No doubt.
So yeah, we've stayed busy, and we've just embarked on a different portion of the industry, which is called precision agriculture.
Oh yeah,
that's where we're helping small farmers, you know, figure out, you know, maybe use a little too much fertilizer there, a little less here. Your irrigation might be soaked here but dry here.
Right.
And you can
stuff you can see easy from the sky.
Yeah.
But you don't want to pay like $500 an hour to have a pilot go over it.
Exactly.
And pilots don't even want to fly that stuff.
Exactly.
It's boring.
Exactly.
So send one of these things out with a camera on it, right?
Right.
This one looks like it's got a crazy camera on a gimbal and everything on the bottom there.
Well, so that gimbal's designed to carry a cinema camera, which isn't here at the moment because, you know, well, you guys have cameras, they're expensive.
We could mount one of our giant big cameras from the Brew here on that.
So it's designed to fly, you know, like a red dragon.
Oh, the digital camera.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, we don't flex Panaflex.
Yeah, right. Not 16 millimeter where you're like doing this in midair.
That'd be tough.
So with this thing, is it actually stable in the air? Does it fly?
It's extraordinarily stable, and we've kind of got the double entendre of stability because the aircraft is stable using the kind of inverted pendulum engineering to make it stay stable, but attached to it, this apparatus on the bottom that's kind of going all janky, it's also a gyro-stabilized gimbal, 3-axis, so on every axis.
So when you're flying it in the middle and like it's windy and stuff, that gimbal
cuts right through it. Yeah,
that's amazing. So and we're here talking about the Maker Faire, and so you made this,
right?
How do you even make one of these things? I mean, I'm assuming it's not a kit, or is it a kit?
There's various parts that you can sort of order online as kits. You know, carbon fiber booms, things like that. But you know, if you look at the landing gear feet, the little rubber pieces are pieces of Schwinn bicycle hand grips.
Nice.
That we cut.
They are
to make his feet. You know, we order things from probably 15, 20 different vendors, and then. It takes a lot of know-how to put them together.
Right. So are you an electrical engineer first and a movie guy second? Or?
Well, I'm actually an aerospace science guy, and my business partner is an electrical engineer, but also a former Predator drone pilot in the Air Force. We're both former Air Force officers.
Oh, very cool.
So that made stepping into it kind of easy.
Right. Well, these things, I know these things aren't nearly as fast as a Predator drone.
No.
But they're really fast.
Yeah,
These will go 50, 80, 200 miles an hour, right?
Yeah, well, not 200, but definitely that 50 to 80 point, yeah.
Right.
The FAA limits us to how fast we can go on these particular aircraft because of the safety.
Okay. You ever taken it out, like just on the open wilderness and just try to see how fast it would go?
We may have done that.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. We will talk off air. How fast did it go?
Really fast.
Okay. So, Wendy, this is part of the Maker Faire. This is just one of the crazy and cool and awesome things you can see there. And so are our friends with the Oculus Rift over here.
Correct.
But how did you, like, is this kind of like standard fare for the Maker Faire, is awesome drones like this?
The Maker Faire encompasses all kinds of things. I mean, it's everything from textiles to technology. It's anybody that's making something. And a lot of this stuff came from people that are developing things in their garage or on their kitchen table or at home. And it's kind of starting to pull together a community of people that are makers, which is kind of taking us to the next level in a lot of ways when they start to share and interact.
Right.
And so there's a lot of hands-on booths, which is really great, and a lot of really fun projects to see, interact with, and talk to the people that have created them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Maker Faire kind of has, I think of it as the guys with the 3D printer.
Uh-huh.
But it really is a lot more than that anymore, right?
It is. There's a lot going on. We have the Sewing Guild coming out, and they're going to, help people learn to sew with some sewing machines out there. And we have a woman doing some fabric stuff, and we have a trebuchet that you can launch. We have the Rocket
Wait, what's
Society.
A trebuchet?
It's a.
I've heard the word. I have no idea what it is.
It's a medieval catapult, basically.
Wait,
so it's a.
Can we get the catapult on the show? Is that the catapult?
That's it right there.
Can we just put something? We'll just put
Maybe
like.
we can put the drone on the catapult and launch it into the outside.
That'd be
it
awesome.
flies faster that way.
Yeah,
no, but we launch 1 gallon jugs of water, and they go over 130 feet. We don't really have it calibrated for distance as much as height, because that's definitely a fun factor. And then right next to that, we have a rocket launch pad, and we have, several rockets you can make and launch there. And I mean, it's just every year it just steps up, and we get more fantastic makers. And Albuquerque and New Mexico has tons of makers, and I just really feel like it's bringing everything out of the woodwork.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And the Maker Faire is one of those things too. I went last year and had a good time.
Oh,
I got
did you?
totally inspired to make stuff.
Uh-huh.
I never had time to make anything, but I
Right.
totally got inspired. It's really fun. It's one of those things you go and you're like, I didn't know you could make that.
Right.
And it's a bunch of crazy stuff, you
Yeah.
know? Did you guys get involved in the Maker Faire from the idea of making things, or did you guys fall into it because you are just fans of people who also do stuff?
Well, that's kind of an interesting question. When we started our company late 2011, early 2012, so even before the commercial drones were out, like the consumer drones were out,
Right.
rather, and we went to Maker in San Mateo, like the big Maker Faire in 2012. I got to meet Chris Anderson, former editor-in-chief of Wired Magazine. He now runs 3DR, which is like the biggest drone company in the United States. So we kind of got engaged there. Then we got very active in our own maker kind of culture and community here in Albuquerque with the Q Lab.
Of course.
And to the point where our company is actually, we're all advanced ground instructors, FAA certified. We're actually starting a drone course that's going to be free for the community.
I'm in.
Yeah, 8-week course. You join Q Lab, free for members, and that probably will start hopefully around October. And so, we want the community to be safe, but we also love working with makers. We use the Q Lab maker space.
Yeah.
We built on another version of this drone. We actually used their end mills to make a specific camera mount.
Oh,
that
cool.
we machined there so makers and what we do and what a lot of us do in the community it's kind of. It's a no-brainer.
I love it.
It's a great
I love
community.
It. Well, I know that drones, I've been trying to figure out a way here on the show, if we could get one that could just fly all around the studio. And we're worried that it would knock into stuff and fly into things.
The pilot.
Is it the pilot? It's not
the
the
pilot.
drone.
Well,
Are you
okay.
stable enough? Can you do that?
So
or is that...
I'm going to creep out of the chair real quick and show you guys. This guy here is a GPS.
Okay.
And that's used for the guidance system on the autopilot, if you will,
Okay.
the flight control system. Now, when we're in a studio like this, we don't really have GPS.
Right.
It doesn't really exist.
So you need a
So
pilot.
if you fly one of these with that mode on,
Yeah.
then it finds your walls and monitors and cameramen and
Knocks into everything.
it's a bad idea. And this is a flying Cuisinart. You don't want one of these
Right.
coming to you.
Right.
But there is one manufactured by DJI called the Inspire One. We have one.
And it can fly around.
Yeah, we can bring it by the studio sometime. And it's got a bunch of sensors on it, optical and sonar and
Crazy.
weird little sensors, actually ultrasound. But basically, it's designed to fly around studios like this.
We'll have to try it out. In the meantime, we're going to get over here and I'm going to try on some Oculus Rift stuff in a second.
Yes.
And we're going to be back in a couple of seconds on the Morning Brew with friends. Ooh, look how cool that is. Wow, that looks awesome.
The chili harvest is on, and the unmistakable scent of roasting chili is in the air. That means it's time for the second annual South Valley Chili Fiesta, Saturday, August 29th at Gateway Park from noon till 8. Amateur and professional chefs compete in a chili tasting cook-off, plus free festivities for the whole family, including live entertainment, arts and crafts, and a beer garden. The South Valley Chili Fiesta is sponsored by Bernalillo County, the South Valley Economic Development Center, New Mexico True, and these sponsors. Go to burnco.gov/SV Chili Fiesta for more information. Bernalillo County, we're more than you think.